Golden drip from amber skies, born where sacred nectar lies, fed to Zeus on Ida's crest, cradled in the bee's soft breast. Imagine a time long before sugary candies and processed sweeteners, a time when the purest, most natural sweet treat came from the earth itself. This is the story of honey, an ancient gift with a history as sweet as its taste. Did you know that this golden elixir has been used for over 2,700 years to treat ailments? Welcome to the sweet world of raw honey, nature's ancient superfood with modern superpowers. An ancient story whispered through time-scented winds, the bee priestesses of Delphi. Long before Apollo claimed Delphi as his sacred shrine, the oracle's cave belonged to the three-winged bee maidens who spoke in riddles and dripped honeyed prophecies from their lips. They were not human nor fully divine, but ancient priestesses born of earth and nectar. They fed not on bread or wine, but on wild honey collected under moonlight. This honey, it was said, held the memory of the flowers and the songs of the stars. It gave them visions, and when the villagers brought offerings to the cave, the three-eye would whisper truths laced with sweetness and warning. One day, a young shepherd, lost in a storm, sought refuge in the cave. Starving, he reached for the priestess's golden honey stored in a sacred jar. The moment it touched his tongue, time seemed to halt. He saw floods that had not yet come, harvests that had not yet grown, and a goddess in white robes weeping for the earth. When he awoke, the cave was empty. The three-eye were gone. He returned to his village, speaking only in verse, warning of a future where the bees vanish and the flowers fall silent. Most laughed. But the wise remembered, and every spring, they left jars of honey at the temple, not for the gods, but for the bees. And so, the legend lingers. Those who taste sacred honey with a pure heart may glimpse the truth the gods cannot speak aloud. Ancient myth, modern warning, save the bees, restore the balance. When we talk about raw honey, we're talking about honey in its purest form, straight from the hive, unprocessed, and untouched by heat or additives. Unlike processed honey, which loses many of its natural enzymes, vitamins, and antioxidants through heating, raw honey retains all of its healing powers and nutritional benefits. Raw honey has been a part of human culture for thousands of years, dating back to ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans. In fact, the earliest evidence of honey harvesting comes from cave paintings in Spain that are over 8,000 years old. These early cultures didn't just use honey for sweetening their food, it was also revered for its medicinal properties. Gift of Aristaeus' hand, harvested from sun-kissed land, balms the wound and soothes the soul, mends what time and pain control. From the humblest healer to the grandest oracle, honey was a gift from the gods, most notably, Aristaeus, the son of Apollo and protector of beekeeping. His divine knowledge taught mortals how to harvest this golden remedy. Honey had a sacred role in Greek religion. It was associated with the gods and considered a divine food. For instance, ambrosia, often referred to as the food of the gods, was sometimes described as a honey-based substance. Bees were also sacred to Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and fertility, and to Demeter, the goddess of the harvest. Honey was often used in offerings to the gods during religious ceremonies. Gift of Aristaeus' hand, harvested from sun-kissed land, balms the wound and soothes the soul, mends what time and pain control. Greek philosopher Aristotle is one of the most famous early writers on beekeeping. In his work, Historia Animalium, Aristotle observed the behavior of bees and their social structures, making some of the first documented studies of bee colonies. He referred to the bees' intricate organization, their roles, queen, worker, drone, and the ways they produced honey. His observations were groundbreaking for the time, influencing later naturalists. The Greeks also passed on their beekeeping knowledge through oral tradition and written works. Beekeepers used their experience and observations of bees' behavior to manage hives effectively. Ancient Greek beekeeping was a practice that dates back over 2,000 years. Their methods were quite advanced for their time and involved a blend of observation, tradition, and innovation. Beehives. The most common hive used was the skep, a dome-shaped structure made of woven materials like straw, wicker, or reeds. These were used to create an enclosed space where bees could build their hives. The skep hives were typically placed in a protected area and covered to shield them from the elements. In addition to the skep, there is evidence to suggest that some Greek beekeepers also used hollowed-out logs or clay containers for hives, which could provide a more durable option. Though their tools were simple compared to modern equipment, the ancient Greeks had a few basic tools for beekeeping. These included a smoker, likely made from clay or metal, to calm the bees during hive inspections or honey harvesting. They may have also used a spoon or knife to scrape honey from the combs, and storage containers such as ceramic pots for storing the honey after it was harvested. Beekeeping was an important part of Greek agriculture and was often practiced alongside the cultivation of crops. Bees helped pollinate plants and flowers, thus contributing to the fertility of crops. The Greeks valued the relationship between bees and their gardens, and they often kept bees near vineyards, olive groves, and orchards to boost production. The idea of mutual benefit between bees and agriculture was understood and appreciated by ancient Greek farmers. The Greeks harvested honey in a way that showed a deep respect for the bees and their process. They did not destroy the bees when collecting honey, which helped ensure that the colony could continue thriving. The honey was typically extracted by cutting combs from the hive, using a knife or sickle, and then removing the honey manually. The process involved careful timing, usually in late summer or early fall when the bees had stored enough honey for the winter. This practice was aimed at ensuring the bees had enough food to survive the colder months. Legacy of ancient Greek beekeeping methods laid the foundation for the techniques that would later be refined in other civilizations, particularly in medieval Europe. The principles of observing bee behavior, respecting the colonies, and using honey for its wide range of uses, from food to medicine, have carried forward into modern beekeeping practices. In ancient Greek mythology, honey was highly revered not just as a divine food but also as a potent beauty ingredient. Not just food, but fate's perfume, a healer's song, a flower's bloom, in every drop, Olympus gleams, a golden bridge between our dreams. The goddesses of Greek mythology, known for their beauty and allure, were believed to use honey in various ways as part of their beauty routines. Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, was often depicted as the epitome of feminine beauty. According to ancient myths, she was associated with honey and used it as a symbol of her eternal youth and irresistible charm. Honey was known for its moisturizing properties and its ability to smooth and hydrate the skin, keeping it glowing and soft. Given honey's natural antibacterial and healing properties, it is believed that Aphrodite used it to maintain flawless skin, warding off blemishes and irritation. Honey and milk baths. Another legend suggests that Aphrodite took baths in honey and milk to preserve her beauty. Milk and honey baths were believed to be the secret to smooth, glowing skin. The lactic acid in milk helped exfoliate dead skin cells, while the honey acted as a humectant, drawing moisture into the skin, leaving it soft and hydrated. The priestess glow, ancient Greek honey mask. You'll need 1 tablespoon raw, organic honey, symbol of purity, 1 teaspoon fresh goat's milk or plain Greek yogurt, nourishment. A pinch of crushed thyme or a few drops of lavender, for calm and protection. Optional, a few drops of olive oil, sacred vitality. Instructions. Mix all ingredients in a ceramic or wooden bowl, never metal, to honor ancient tradition. Apply gently to cleansed face in a circular motion, invoking serenity. Leave on for 10 to 15 minutes while meditating or humming a hymn to Hygiea, goddess of health. Rinse with lukewarm water and pat dry with a linen cloth. Your skin will feel soft, your mind clear, like a priestess ready to serve the divine. Greek physicians like Hippocrates praised honey for its healing virtues. He used it to treat wounds, sore throats, digestive issues, and even anxiety. In Hippocratic medicine, balance was everything, and honey was a natural balancer. He also created oxymel, a mixture of honey and vinegar, to relieve pain. Its antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties made it a trusted salve for open wounds, especially when combined with vinegar or wine. It soothed burns, healed ulcers, and calmed inflamed skin. Honey wasn't just applied, it was consumed to strengthen the immune system, especially when mixed with herbs like thyme or oregano. These combinations were called melocraton, sacred tonics brewed in temple kitchens. Romans used honey extensively in their medicinal practices, believing it could enhance health and longevity. The amazing health benefits that raw honey brings to the table. First up, raw honey is packed with antioxidants, compounds that help protect your body from oxidative stress and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Studies have shown that it's just as powerful as some fruits when it comes to fighting free radicals. Raw honey is a powerhouse of nutrients, containing nearly 40 vitamins, minerals, and trace elements, along with all 26 essential amino acids. It's packed with live enzymes, and even has prebiotic and probiotic properties. Natural antibacterial and antiviral properties contains hydrogen peroxide, methylglyoxal, and bee-derived enzymes. Effective against bacteria like E. coli, Salmonella, and Staphylococcus aureus. Wound healing and skin repair. Raw honey is a powerful topical healer for minor burns, cuts and scrapes, acne and eczema. Medical-grade honey, like manuka, is even used in hospitals for wound dressing. Soothes sore throats and coughs, coats the throat and reduces irritation. Shown in studies to be just as effective as cough syrup for children, over 1 year old. Mix with tea or warm water and lemon for a classic remedy. Prebiotic for gut health. Feeds beneficial gut bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. Helps balance microbiome, reduce bloating, and support digestion. Rich in antioxidants, especially dark raw honey varieties, like buckwheat or wildflower, contain flavonoids and phenolic acids. These fight oxidative stress, support heart health, and may reduce cancer risk. Natural energy booster. Made of natural glucose and fructose for quick energy without a crash. Great for athletes or during periods of fatigue or fasting. Supports immune system. Contains trace amounts of bee pollen, royal jelly, and propolis. Balances blood sugar, in moderation. In moderation, it can support healthier blood sugar balance and reduce insulin spikes. Though sweet, raw honey has a lower glycemic index than white sugar. Warning safety notes. Never give raw honey to infants under 1 year old, risk of botulism. Choose unfiltered, unpasteurized honey labeled raw to get full benefits. Use in moderation if managing diabetes or weight. Honeybees, once revered in ancient Greece as sacred messengers and healers, are now in alarming decline due to a toxic blend of modern threats. Pesticides, especially neonicotinoids, along with habitat loss, parasites like the varroa mite, climate change, and harmful commercial beekeeping practices have pushed bee populations toward collapse. This endangers not only the bees but also the global food supply, as most crops depend on their pollination. The solution lies in returning to nature-aligned practices, planting native wildflowers, avoiding chemical pesticides, supporting organic and regenerative farming, and choosing raw, local honey from ethical beekeepers. By protecting bees, we restore balance to both ecosystems and ourselves. How do you choose the best raw honey? Look for honey that's unfiltered and unpasteurized, preferably sourced from local beekeepers. The darker the honey, the more antioxidants it tends to have. Whether you're adding it to your morning tea or coffee, using it as a natural remedy, or simply enjoying it by the spoonful, raw honey is a timeless treasure that's just as sweet for your health as it is for your taste buds. Offered at Demeter's feast, to gods above and those beneath, poured in libations, sweet and slow, to bless the seeds and help them grow. Delicious recipe: raw honey and Greek yogurt ice cream. Ingredients: 2 cups whole milk Greek yogurt, plain, 1/2 cup raw honey, adjust to taste, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, optional. A pinch of sea salt, optional, lemon zest, cinnamon, or chopped nuts for extra flavor. Instructions: mix ingredients. In a bowl, whisk together the Greek yogurt, raw honey, vanilla extract, if using, and sea salt until smooth and fully combined. Chill, optional. For an even smoother texture, let the mixture chill in the fridge for 30 minutes before freezing. No machine needed. Pour the mixture into a freezer-safe container. Every 30 minutes, stir it vigorously with a spoon or fork to break up ice crystals. Repeat for about 3 hours or until creamy and scoop-able. Serve, scoop into bowls, drizzle with extra dark chocolate, raw honey, and sprinkle with nuts, cinnamon, or fresh fruit if desired. Pro tip: if you want a tangier flavor, add a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. Enjoy your healthy and so delicious home-made raw honey Greek yogurt ice cream. Naturally sweetened, probiotic-rich, and ultra-creamy. In every drop of honey lies a legacy, a bridge between earth and Olympus, between body and soul. Let it nourish you as it once nourished gods, heroes, and healing women of old time. Do you use honey as natural medicine of delicious treat? Please write in the comments section below. Until next time in my next nutritious episode, stay sweet, stay healthy, and remember to keep it natural. Taste and feel its ancient light, a kiss from dawn, a cure for night. Let honey guide your heart anew. The gods once trusted it. So too can you. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.